Right, so hi, I'm Copeland. I'm the art curator for the New Bedford Free Public Library. And today I brought the Atlas of the City of New Bedford from 1911. And I chose this object because when I purchased a house here in New Bedford a few years ago, one of the first things I wanted to do was to research the land and the house because we didn't have a particular date that it was built. I didn't know exactly when it was built. And I just know it was late 1800s. So when I was doing my research, I went to our atlases. So we have one from 1911 and one from slightly earlier. I think it was 1880 something. But anyway, it doesn't exist in that atlas, but it exists by 1911. And on this one, it's listed as being owned by a woman named Lillian Chapman. And so I was kind of interested in the fact that it was owned by a woman. And actually the neighbor's house was also owned by a woman. And they were built at the same time. And then as I sort of started looking more into deeds, a further couple of deeds where the primary owner was a woman's name. So I actually found that interesting for this time period. Of course, it's not unheard of that women owned property at that point, but kind of interesting that, it was listed in this 1911 atlas as being owned by Lillian Chapman, and I think its first owner was a woman. So I was really happy to learn that and to see it on this. And then I'm not from New Bedford, so I also was able to kind of familiarize myself with the way that this city has kind of expanded, because now, New Bedford goes all the way up north, it fills the whole space. But with these older atlases, you can kind of tell that we've just gone out from the port, and we have other maps in our collection that the earliest one is just the downtown area, it's just the port, and then it's just sort of slowly creeps out. So I find it really interesting to see the way that the city expanded over time. And there's like nothing in the north end on this atlas. Like there's nobody out there, it's just open land. So they've like really sort of started expanding out that way by this time, which I find really interesting. So yeah, I think it's just a really neat piece of our history, and I think it's a great resource if people want to look at their own homes here in New Bedford and are curious about that. So I picked it.